Motor Trend's performance vehicle of the year is a little bit like Supercar Summer Camp, and with this many epic vehicles all in one place at the same time, well, we had to run a few drag races, didn't we? Now, sad news is this: only a few of the manufacturers will allow their vehicles to run side by side, so here are a couple of the matchups we were able to pull off. Okay, GT3 RS versus MC20 Cello, and when you look at this one, it doesn't look like a fair fight, does it? The Porsche's there in cleats and Under Armour, the MC20's sipping an espresso in slacks and deck shoes, but Maserati's got a lot more power. So let's find out which one's quicker. Hanging out back behind the rear axle of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS is that symphonic 4-litre naturally aspirated flat 6, which produces 518 horsepower and just 343 pound-feet of torque, which it directs to the rear wheels. Despite the 992 generation being the largest 911 to date, this stripped-out GT3 RS weighs in at just 3,220 pounds. Representing Italy, the Maserati MC20 Cello boasts a 3-litre twin-turbocharged V6, which produces an incredibly healthy 621 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque, which it too directs solely to the rear wheels. The big difference here, of course, is the weight, where the GT3 RS is a ripped-out, track-focused monster. The MC20 is a little bit more of a luxurious supercar, and it shows in the weight. At 3,920 pounds, some 700 pounds more than the GT3 RS, those extra horses are gonna have to work hard for a victory here. Admit it, that was closer than you thought. Now, it's worth saying this is a runway, not a drag strip, and the Porsche really struggled to get the traction down at the start. That gave the Maserati the jump, but as soon as the GT3 hooked up, it reeled in the Maserati and powered to a comfortable win. Next up, we've got two supercars, two V8s, and surprisingly similar times. Which one's going to win? Let's find out. Under the hood, the McLaren 750S is packing a twin-turbocharged 4-litre V8, which produces 740 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. It's rear-wheel drive, of course, and weighs in at just 3,204 pounds. Meanwhile, the Chevy Corvette E-Ray boasts the largest engine of any vehicle here at Performance Vehicle of the Year 2024, an almighty 6.2-litre naturally aspirated V8 with an electric motor attached to the front axle with a 1.9 kilowatt-hour battery. Together, those two produce 655 horsepower and 592 pound-feet of torque. This car is all-wheel drive and weighs a pretty heavy 3,912 pounds. That loss was hard to take. I thought maybe, just maybe, the Corvette would sneak it, but that McLaren is just so good. When it comes on, it just goes. Now, whilst we weren't able to side by side all the other vehicles, we did run them each individually and gather their quarter-mile times. Of the 21 vehicles we had at Performance Vehicle of the Year, here are the top 10 classified by their quarter-mile time. A few of the key takeaways. Well, obviously, the Lucid Air Sapphire is the quickest to 60, the quickest in the quarter mile, and with the highest trap speed. However, the Ferrari 296 GTB was not far behind at all. Very, very impressive. If only Ferrari would have let us run that race side by side. What else? Well, look at the Lamborghini Huracan Sturato placing 5th despite being on chunky off-road tyres. That is very impressive. Similarly, the Ioniq 5N. That is an amazing time for a 60 grand SUV. And look at the BMW XM label sneaking in there. Just shows what a little bit of hybrid assistance can do to a whopping great V8. Remember to read articles, watch the videos, and check out all the epic photographs of all 21 of the vehicles at this year's Performance Vehicle of the Year. Head to motortrend.com.